Hello, friends. Today I am going to tell you a horror story based on a real-life incident. This story happened to a night bus conductor and driver, and even today, no one has been able to explain what they experienced. If you are alone while listening to this story, you might want to turn on a light. So, let's begin. This incident is said to have happened on a quiet hill route known as Route 7, a road that passes through an old bridge where accidents were once common. Ramesh had been working as a bus conductor for over 11 years. Every night, he and his driver Hari would take the last trip at exactly 11:45 p.m. The roads would be empty, the air cold, and the silence almost unnatural. For them, it was just another routine. But one night, something changed. As the bus moved through the dark road, Hari suddenly said, "The bus feels heavy tonight." Ramesh laughed and replied, "Heavy? There's no one inside." But Hari didn't respond. He just kept looking at the mirror, as if he felt something behind them. Soon they reached the old bridge. It was a place where they never stopped, because no one ever waited there. But as the bus slowed down, suddenly, the stop bell rang. A clear, loud ding. Ramesh froze. "There's no one here," he whispered. Then who pressed it? Before they could react, the bus door slowly opened on its own. A cold wind rushed inside. And then they heard footsteps. Slow, heavy footsteps. As if someone had just entered the bus. Ramesh looked down the aisle. Every seat was empty, but something felt wrong. Very wrong. At the last row, the seat cushions slowly sank, as if someone invisible had just sat down. Ramesh's throat went dry. Trying to act normal, he said nervously, "Should I go take the fare?" Hari immediately stopped him. "Don't go there." The bus started moving again, but now the lights began to flicker, and from the back, a strange sound echoed. It wasn't crying, it wasn't laughter, it was something broken, something unnatural. A whisper filled with pain. Ramesh couldn't ignore it anymore. Step by step, he walked toward the last seat. The air grew colder, his breath became visible, his heart pounded louder with every step. Finally, he reached the last row. There was nothing there. Empty. Ramesh sighed in relief and turned around. And suddenly, someone was sitting there. A woman. Her hair was wet, covering her face. Her clothes were soaked, as if she had just come out of water. Her body was twisted slightly, unnaturally. In her hand, she held a torn bus ticket. Ramesh couldn't move. The woman slowly lifted her head. Her eyes were pale, lifeless, but filled with something terrifying. Not anger, but waiting. In a broken voice, she spoke. "Why didn't you stop that night?" At that moment, Ramesh remembered. Years ago, on this same bridge, a woman had run behind their bus, screaming, begging them to stop. But Hari had ignored her. "It's too late," he had said, and they drove away, leaving her behind in the darkness. The next morning, they found her body in the river below. Ramesh collapsed to his knees. I didn't know. The woman slowly extended the ticket toward him. Water dripped from her fingers onto the floor. "Take it." Ramesh's hands trembled as he reached out. The moment his fingers touched the ticket, the bus lights went out completely. Everything went silent. And then, a scream echoed through the night. It wasn't the woman's scream, it was Ramesh's. The next morning, the bus was found near the bridge. Engine off, doors open, cold, empty. Hari was still sitting in the driver's seat, alive, but completely silent. He hasn't spoken a single word since that night, and Ramesh, he was never found. But even today, some late-night passengers say, if you ever sit in the last row of Route 7, you might feel someone beside you, holding out a wet, torn ticket, still waiting for someone to finally take it. Thanks for listening to this story. If you enjoy real-life horror stories like this, don't forget to subscribe. And if you have experienced something strange or paranormal in real life, you can share your story with us. Maybe your story will appear in the next video.